Ẹ kú ojúmọ́ ní gbogbo ibi tí ẹ ti ń wò mí tí ẹ sì ń gbọ́ mi. Ìjẹ́ ẹ̀yin ṣe ń pàdé mi fún ìgbà àkọ́kọ́ lónìí. Orúkọ tèmi ni Yétúndé Adébáyọ̀. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò tí a pè ní Jẹ́ ká kọ́ Yorùbá. Good day everyone at every place where you are watching and listening to me. Are you just meeting me for the first time today? My name is Yétúndé Adébáyọ̀. You are welcome into this channel titled Jẹ́ ká kọ́ Yorùbá. Kí ni nǹkan tí a fẹ́ kọ́ lónìí? A fẹ́ kọ́ nípa lílo fáwẹ́lì gígùn nínú ọ̀rọ̀ èdè Yorùbá. A fẹ́ kọ́ nípa bí a ṣe ń lo fáwẹ́lì gígùn nínú ọ̀rọ̀ èdè Yorùbá. What we want to learn today, we want to learn about how to use the long vowels in Yoruba words. How to use long vowels in Yoruba words. That is what we want to learn today. Ẹ máa bá mi kálọ. Ìwọ̀nyí ni àpẹẹrẹ ìró fáwẹ́lì gígùn nínú ọ̀rọ̀ èdè Yorùbá. Here are the examples of long vowels in Yoruba language. So today we want to learn how to use long vowels in Yoruba words. Lílo fáwẹ́lì gígùn nínú ọ̀rọ̀ èdè Yorùbá. We have long vowel a. There is long vowel a in Yoruba language. And here are the examples of words that we can find with long vowel a. Ìwọ̀nyí ni àpẹẹrẹ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tí a lè rí nínú fáwẹ́lì gígùn ha, ha. Bí àpẹẹrẹ, a lè rí àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ bíi ààbò, ààbò. So we have long vowel a in this word. When we want to write it down, we must not write just one vowel a. We have to write two because we have long vowel in this word. We have long vowel a, the way it sounds. Ha, ha, long vowel a as in ààbò, ààbò. Kí ni ìtumọ̀ ààbò? Ààbò simply means protection. Nígbà tí a bá fẹ́ kọ ọ̀rọ̀ yìí sílẹ̀, a ò gbọ́dọ̀ kọ ha ẹyọ kan, ha méjì la gbọ́dọ̀ kọ nítorí pé bí a ṣe pè é, ó jẹ́ fáwẹ́lì gígùn. This word has long vowel a, ààbò, protection. Àpẹẹrẹ mìíràn ni àárín, àárín or àárín, àárín tàbí àárín. So kí ni nǹkan tí àárín kí ló túmọ̀ sí? It means middle. We want to say middle in Yoruba. A ó sọ pé àárín or àárín. So this word carries long vowel a, the way it sounds. Àárín, àárín. So when we want to write this word down, we must not write just single ha. We have to write double because it has long vowel. Àárín, àárín, middle. Àpẹẹrẹ mìíràn, here is another example. Ààfin, ààfin, ààfin. Ààfin simply means palace. So when we want to write down this word, we must write it the way it sounds because it has long vowel a, ààfin, ààfin, palace. Àpẹẹrẹ mìíràn ni àárọ̀, àárọ̀. Àárọ̀ simply means morning. Àárọ̀. So àárọ̀ has long vowel a. So when we want to write it down, we must write it the way it sounds because it has long vowel. Àárọ̀, àárọ̀, morning. Another example is àlàáfíà, àlàáfíà. Àlàáfíà simply means peace. So you can see the spelling of this word. At the middle, it carries long vowel. Àlàáfíà, àlàáfíà. So when we want to write it down, we must write it the way it sounds. Àlàáfíà, peace. So àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. So here are just examples of how to use long vowel a. So let's check another vowel. We have long vowel a. We have long vowel a in Yoruba. Bí àpẹẹrẹ, eérú, Eru. Eru means ash. Eru. So you can hear long vowel A in this word. When we want to write it down, we must write it the way it sounds. A gbọ́dọ̀ kọ sílẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ó ṣe dún létí wa. Ó ní fáwẹ́lì gígùn he, eru, eru. Èyí kì í ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ he ẹyọ̀kan, ọ̀rọ̀ tó ní he méjì, long vowel A, eru. Another example is èédú, èédú, charcoal, èédú. So this word carries long vowel A. So when we want to write it down, we must write it the way it sounds. We must not write just single A. It has double A. Èédú, èédú, charcoal. Another example is èébú, èébú, abuse, èébú. So this word also carries long vowel A. Àpẹẹrẹ mìíràn ni èémí, 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 breath, èémí. Èémí is also, this one also carries long vowel A. So when we want to write it down, we must write it the way it sounds. After this today's channel, you may want to learn more. You want to learn more. You want to hire a Yoruba teacher, a Yoruba translator, transcriber, proofreader, or content writer in Yoruba language. Please, you can reach out to me on my WhatsApp number, in the number I put on the screen. Then you can send your email to me, to my email, the email I put on the screen. Thank you for listening to me. Àpẹẹrẹ mìíràn ni fáwẹ́lì ẹ, long vowel ẹ, long vowel ẹ. Èyí ni àpẹẹrẹ ọ̀rọ̀ tí a lè rí ní abẹ́ fáwẹ́lì ẹ. A lè gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ bíi ẹ̀rín, ẹ̀rín. We can hear words like ẹ̀rín in long vowel ẹ. Ẹ̀rín simply means 4, number 4. Ẹ̀rín, okay? Ẹ̀kẹ́, ẹ̀kẹ́ means cheek. So we want to write down this word. We must write it the way it sounds. It carries long vowel ẹ, ẹ̀kẹ́, ẹ̀kẹ́, cheek. Ẹ̀rùn, ẹ̀rùn, ẹ̀rùn. We call dry season. We call it ìgbà ẹ̀rùn. That's where we got ẹ̀rùn from. Ẹ̀rùn simply means dry, as in dry season. Okay, so ẹ̀rùn. This word also carries long vowel ẹ, the way it sounds. So when we want to write it down, we must write it down correctly because it has long vowel ẹ, ẹ̀rùn. Àpẹẹrẹ mìíràn ni ẹ̀wà, ẹ̀wà. We can hear long vowel ẹ and long vowel a in this word. Long vowel ẹ at the beginning, long vowel a at the end. Ẹ̀wà. So when we want to write ẹ̀wà, number 10, we must write it like this. This is correct spelling of ẹ̀wà. So we write it the way it sounds. Ẹ̀wà, long vowel ẹ and long vowel a. Àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Under vowel ẹ, we have more examples for long vowel ẹ. I just brought this as examples. Another vowel is long vowel o. Long vowel o. Ìwọ̀nyí ni àpẹẹrẹ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tí a lè rí ní abẹ́ long vowel o, ní abẹ́ fáwẹ́lì gígùn ho. Àwọn àpẹẹrẹ ọ̀rọ̀ tí a lè rí níbẹ̀ nìwọ̀nyí, bí àpẹẹrẹ òòjọ́, òòjọ́. Òòjọ́ simply means daily. Nígbà tí a bá fẹ́ kọ òòjọ́, this word carries long vowel o at the beginning. We must write double o because it carries long vowel. Òòjọ́, daily. Another example is òògùn, òògùn, medication, òògùn. So when we want to write this word down, we must write it like this because it carries long vowel. Òògùn. Àpẹẹrẹ mìíràn ni òórùn, òórùn. Òórùn simply means odor. So we want to write odor in Yoruba. It's òórùn. So and it has long vowel. Òórùn, òórùn. Okay, another example is òógùn, òógùn. Òógùn simply means sweat. òógùn, sweat, òógùn. So it has long vowel O, long vowel O, òógùn. So when we want to write it down, we must write it the way it sounds. Ososu, ososu. That's another example. Ososu. So at the middle of this word, we can hear long vowel O, ososu, as in monthly or every month. Ososu. So these are the examples of how we can use long vowel O in Yoruba language. Another vowel is long vowel O. Long vowel O. We have examples for long vowel O as well, like ọdọọdún. Ọdọọdún. At the middle of this word, we can hear long vowel O. Ọdọọdún. Ọdọọdún simply means yearly or every year. Ọdọọdún. So when we want to write it down, we must write it like this, the way it sounds. That's how we write Yoruba language down. When you want to write down Yoruba language, you must write each word the way it sounds. Ọdọọdún. Another example is ọ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan. Ọ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan. Ọ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan means one by one. Okay? So we can hear long vowel O in this word. Another example is ọjọọjọ́. Ọjọọjọ́. Ọjọọjọ́ means day by day or every day. Ọjọọjọ́. So we can hear long vowel long vowel O in between these words. Ọdọọdún, ọ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan, ọjọọjọ́. So that's how we write Yoruba language down. When we want to write down Yoruba language, you must write each word the way it sounds. So ìwọ̀nyí ni àpẹẹrẹ bí a ṣe ń lo fáwẹ́lì gígùn nínú ọ̀rọ̀ èdè Yorùbá. This is where we want to stop for today. Ibi la ó ti dánu dúró lónìí. Do you want to learn more? Do you want to learn more? Do you want to hire a Yoruba teacher, someone who can teach you how to read, how to write, how to speak Yoruba language fluently? Or you want to hire a Yoruba translator, transcriber, a proofreader, a content writer in Yoruba language? Please, you can reach out to me on WhatsApp on this number I put on the screen. You can send your email to me on this email address. Thank you as you are watching and listening to me. And please do subscribe. For this will help you in order not to miss any of my class. Thank you. See you in the next episode.